So thank you everyone for giving this time. I'm going to try to keep this as short as I can, but I probably will be talking about 10-15 minutes. So I do apologize in advance. Before I talk, I want to mention two things first off. I want to talk a little bit about who I am so you can understand a little bit about my character. Because I know of many of you here, but there are some people who don't. And I don't mean this to be an egotistical thing, I just want you to know, again, my character. I've been fighting in Belegarth for 10 years. I was brought into this wonderful community in Bend, Oregon by Orion, Xeon, Aphex, and several others from Babylon. I've been really enjoying my time here. This community has done so much for me that over the years, I've been wanting to find ways to give back to the community. I've been a realm leader for 5 years for Babylon. I've also ran Western Wars for 5 years. And I started running Western Wars with what I thought at the time I had no help and aid. I was out of my own pocketbook. Western Wars now has its own established pocketbook of over $500 that event is garnered that helps pay for that event now. I am a member of the Order of the Goblet, which is awarded those people of Belegarth that are event runners and helpers and people who help the community of Belegarth at events. Last year I also won the Epic Volunteer Award for Chaos Wars. And I'm also an Eagle Scout, which in order to attain Eagle Scout and Boy Scouts of America, you have to earn it before you turn 18, and it takes a lot of years of hard work and dedication. I'm going to be talking about, as Juicer mentioned, about OtherWorld events, of which I am the president of. You might have seen my belt flag. So there's two presidents here. And the purpose of OtherWorld events is to buy an event venue / property to hold such reenactments like Belegarth, Dagahir, SEA, Amtgard, EMP, horse, equestrian activities, music venues, anything and everything that could require a reenactment, paintball, etc. I won't name everything, but I'm wanting to get a place that we can come to, that we can call our home, and not have to worry each year about where are we going to go, how are we going to pay for it, what's going to happen with our sport if we can't find a place, which we always manage, but it's always a concern that is always in the back of our minds of our event coordinators. So this dream that I'm going to be talking about is not just my dream. This is a dream that I'm pretty sure almost everyone here has had a talk or discussion about it. They sat down at a campfire talking with their friends, hey, wouldn't it be great if we had our own place where we could just come, relax, not have to worry about, random people just walking onto our event site causing problems, or if we do have issues, we know how to police ourselves and take care of our own community. We don't need an outside influence coming in and telling us what we have to do to run ourselves. We are pretty self-sufficient in that regards. We solve our own problems. But a lot of that time, when we think about that, we say, well, maybe one day, or there are some groups of people that have tried in the past to get something going, but real life issues come up. You get married, you have kids, you switch jobs, you lose jobs, and so these things have always kind of fizzled out. So what I'm going to talk about is why do we need something like this? I've already mentioned some of this, but parks and venues nowadays, and Chaos Wars is actually really lucky. Jeff and Melanie let us camp here essentially free of charge, which is extremely kind of them. And it is a wonderful campsite with trees, a river, a nice fighting field that we can fight on and scrape our knees and bruise ourselves on. But there are some amenities that we would love to more have. I mean, everyone likes, bathrooms, showers, porta potties are a stopgap. I know a lot of people would like something more than that. So again, these parks and venues are high costs. I know for Western Wars, I spend about $3,000 out of my own pocket just to rent a campsite for like 4 days. It's very expensive. Sometimes they'll even just charge you extra just because. I've had that happen to me several times at Western Wars. Like, oh, you're coming back in next year? Great. We're charging you another $500 for no reason. So it's really frustrating. And I don't want to pass that charge off to people who want to come and enjoy the event. Part of that, the reason why that happens is because these people that run these sites have no understanding about our groups or about our activities. They think that we're a danger or a liability, so they charge us extra in case something happens, if it breaks or if they feel like they're going to get sued. So I am coming from background of this organization and having an understanding about what we are trying to accomplish. Again, with Belegarth, it's allowed me to express myself in ways and purposes that I can't do in real life. I think everyone can agree that we're here, we can be ourselves, we don't have to put on facades sometimes that we might have to do for a real work life or work, and we can just be amongst friends here. And again, as I mentioned before, it's not just our group that needs this. There are many groups. I've talked to many different organizations that have some of the same issues and struggles that Belegarth has in terms of finding an event venue. And again, we need a place that we can go to that we can call our own. So how are we going to go about fulfilling this dream? This dream is going to become a reality. I've been working on this for the past 6 years. I poured in hundreds of hours of research, gathering my team, which consists of my realtor. I have 2 different lawyers. One is my business lawyer. I have a property lawyer that specifically research how I can accomplish this goal. And I've created, I created OtherWorld events with the purpose of bringing multiple communities together to work together to accomplish this. Thank you. And again, the goal of this is to have an event venue with a broader mind of acceptance, again, for our activities. And part of my reasoning is too, is that again, we go to these campsites, we go to these places, we're spending thousands and thousands of dollars to these other groups, when if we were to get our own place, instead we are technically investing our own money into our own group. If we have our own property, instead we pay that off, we now have an event property that is ours, you know, and essentially we can do a lot of different things with that. So I'm wanting to do something that we can play our games, we can host our fairs, we can jam out with our bands, and you might be wondering why do you think I should be one to do this? Because I have the confidence, the capability, and the willingness to be able to do this. So, but again, as much as I'm doing this by myself, I've already spent about $5,000 to $6,000 on research and lawyer fees and everything else. I'm not asking for money from any of you currently, but I do still need your help. By the start of next year, I'm going to be doing a crowd fundraiser, and the purpose of that is to be able to put down a down payment on a property that there are several properties. I don't have anything solid to give you or show you right now, but it is something that's going to happen. There's a lot of leads that I have. And the initial goal of this crowd fundraiser is going to be $200,000. So that does sound like a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but if you break it down, I only need about 2,000 people to donate $100 a piece. Now, if I was to use just Belegarth, we definitely could make that goal, but I don't want to just meet the goal. I want to break that thing. I want to get so many people involved that we get so much money raised that we don't have to worry about mortgage fees or costs or upkeep or worrying about if this land is going to be taken back away from us, which is why I've been branching out to so many different groups and letting so many people know about what we're trying to accomplish. And I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from many, many people. But again, still takes time. By the beginning of next year, we're hoping to have meetings, not only just with these other organizations, but because it's going to be in the Boise, Idaho area. The reason for that, one, it has an airport. No one likes to get on a plane and fly for 4 or 5 hours, land, and then spend 3 hours in a car to get to an event site. No one likes to do that. So trying to find event property an hour within the Boise area, again, also being closer to Boise, it does make it, if there are emergencies or things that we need, it's easily accessible. That's also going to draw not only, again, members from our organization, but Boy Scouts of America or Girl Scouts or other groups or companies that want to fly in to use the event venues or weddings and such. Again, it's easier access. So again, for one of the reasons, again, for the money is, again, it's all going to go towards the event site. It's not going to go in my personal pocketbook. OtherWorld Events is a real thing. It's OtherWorld Events LLC, which I'm the president of. And for donating to the cause, I've been working on reward tiers, which I'm going to give some examples of. You see this belt flag? I don't have to be the only one who has this belt flag. If you donate a certain amount to the crowd fundraiser that we're going to kick off, you get this belt flag. But not only that, as appreciation and a thank you to you, you get a 10% discount off of any event that's ever held at OtherWorld Events permanently. One of the much larger awards, and this is not my idea, this actually was given to me by Fork Beard and Lady Lilith and several others, is that if you donate a larger amount,
I know units and realms, sometimes they like to camp together, but they like a little bit of a privacy area too. You know, they don't like, sometimes they want activities, things going on. So if you donate a certain amount, you also get it's going to be called like group campsite A or B or whatever, but essentially if you show up at an event, that is your area that you can work on, build up in any way that you want, design, you know, have fun with it. I'm here to help you to accomplish, and thank you for all that you've put in. So those are just some examples of the levels of donation. So to wrap it up, my colleagues have been going around handing out business cards. I encourage you to please check out the website. It is still under construction, which Acorn has been working her butt off to make that look really, really good. It is mobile accessible. It looks great on smartphones. So
and Kedrick has been
the programmer. Thank you, Acorn. I'm also on Facebook, which are on the business cards. If you have questions, get on the Facebook, email me. I have my phone number on there. Call me. I love to talk about this every single day because, again, I'm just trying to generate excitement. Last year I talked to War Council about this. This year I'm pitching it to Belegarth. I'm going to be pitching it to many, many groups. I encourage you all to reach out, share, tell your friends. If you even know somebody in other organizations that don't know about this, let them know about it. Don't wait for me to get in contact. I encourage all of you to talk and speak about it. Or if you feel like you can't do it, get me in touch with them. Again, the only way we can succeed is if we all work together. Thank you.